The Oracle.
ASMR.
Oh, look. I think they're waking up. How exciting. Finally.
Hello there. My name is Catherine and I'm the vampire.
Stating the obvious now.
Come now. Open your eyes.
Wakey.
Or maybe not.
Maybe.
Careful.
You should probably stay still there. You look a little shaky.
Yes. You're not seeing double. There are two of us, yes.
Yes, there are two.
This here is Odessa, and she is indeed my twin sister.
Again, with the obvious.
Yes, she too is a vampire. However, that is really where the similarities end, isn't it, Odessa?
Yes, indeed.
We are two very different vampires indeed. If I were you, I would stay very still, for many reasons, one being that I haven't eaten yet, and neither has Odessa. I'm very hungry. She does get quite ravenous. But of course that is not why you are here. Although it would be nice to share a little snack
We can
before dinner.
Our potential
I
child.
understand that you have come here to be turned into a vampire.
Exactly.
Isn't that lovely?
That is
Certainly something we might be able to help you with, but there are a few things you should know.
quite a few.
The first being that I'm rushing ahead. Let me explain a little bit about myself, about us.
Yes.
You see, we have been vampires for a very long time now. So long, you must forgive me, I do often forget just how old we are. Do you remember, Odessa? I believe it was 18
centuries ago.
No.
It's easy to confuse.
Yes, 18. Of course, being a vampire, I do not show my age.
We both don't show our age.
Oh, your flattery will get you many places. So, as I was saying, we are very old. And we returned many centuries ago. The way in which we returned was not very pleasant, let me tell you.
That's putting it lightly.
We were certainly never given the chance or the choice.
No.
In fact, it was very hard for us to come to terms with what had happened to us and what we'd become.
Monsters.
It took some adjusting, and I think Odessa took it the worst. It did change her, although she must admit that
What?
that she was always one of those troubled young children. She was troubled at the time, pre-vampire. excuse me. So of course, us being turned unwillingly and brutally, we were turned tragically, really. It changed us both. Yes, I was just the realist, but it changed her the worst. Shall we move on? And so we struggled our way through and learned the hard way, because of course there are many rules to becoming a vampire. So many different things that affect you, and so much to learn. Now, unfortunately, when we returned, there were many things that happened, and we had no sire. We were separated from our sire, which meant that for a time we were essentially left alone and for ourselves. Yes. I can't be. It really wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound, because at least we had each other. That was one of the few good things. So, long story short, here we are, having gone through many difficult and trying times, learning on the go, eating on the go. We understand that things are very different now. Not always for the better. And you see, one of the things about being a vampire is that you're not able to procreate. This was always a dream of mine, you see. I wanted a very big family when I was younger. And realizing that, of course, that was never going to happen. Not now. There are other ways, of course, in which that we could build a family of our own. And that is why, of course, that is why you saw Ed. And here you are. And this is why I'm agreeing to do this for my sister. Coming to us. And this is why we are building a family. A few pointers first. Because it's very important that you see you get to know the facts. And we are really providing you with something that we never had. Yes, and we get to know you. We never had the luxury of having a choice, of being provided with not only a choice, but also all the negatives and the positives of being a vampire. Right. It's important you know these things. That is indeed a very good question. I'm surprised you didn't ask it before, but I suppose you might have been somewhat distracted. Yes, indeed you are. I wouldn't call it tied up, but I suppose because they are tied up. I can see why you would say that. We have done this for your own safety. Yes. We find that this process can really make people quite jumpy, and yes, we just want to keep you safe. Please do not worry about that. You are of course free, and we will let you go. You just need to say the word. If you no longer wish to be here, and if you have changed your mind, then we won't even drag you back. it's important that you know you have a choice. This is what we want to offer you.
Absolutely.
It's a choice that we never had. And of course, we're offering you a lot more than that. Should you decide that you
You'd be stupid not to, of
our
course.
proposal, then you will be joining our family.
It's going to be a beautiful one.
Ah, yes. We will be guiding you through the transitional period.
Yes.
And you will have us here always.
Mentor you.
Because that's what families do.
Be one.
Stay
Big,
together.
happy family.
And we watch out for each other. And this is what you will be joining. Yes. Now, how rude of me.
Yes.
Would you like a cup of tea? Yes, we do drink tea. My goodness, what would I do if I couldn't drink tea anymore? Yes, what would you do? Here's another lesson for you. Do vampires eat food? Very good question. Now, truthful answer is we don't need to. As you know, we drink blood. That's probably something we should get out of the way. It's one of our biggest things, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes, we drink blood. And we need to drink blood to survive. Thus, we do not need to eat to survive. Things get a little complicated, and I won't go into the science of it, but eating becomes simply something polite that you do, you know. You get invited to dinner parties, and of course, you can nibble here, nibble there. I do find that as we get older, though, our vampire bodies do find it harder and harder to digest even just the smallest amounts of food. It was much easier when we were younger, thank goodness, because things were very difficult then, of course. And we had to hide constantly. Vampires were not welcomed. So it was very important that we kept up the facade. Now for you, you will still be able to enjoy whatever foods you enjoyed before. Just note that you will not be able to eat them in the same quantities.
So no Big Mac meals for you.
Nor will you need to or have an urge to, if I'm honest. Although Odessa does like to eat some very interesting things.
You haven't enjoyed a Big Mac. You haven't given it a chance.
And when it comes to drinks, well, we do and we can drink. Once more, it really doesn't give us any other nutritional benefits other than the facade. The socializing aspect of drinking, of course.
Alcohol.
That's not to say that a vampire cannot get drunk from alcohol.
Oh yes.
This too is something that Odessa is adamant on proving.
It's an experiment.
She does like a glass of wine or 10.
Takes a lot more. 10 glasses, by the way. A lot more.
It takes a lot more to get a vampire drunk, by the way. What else? Oh, I could be here for hours.
It's a good job they're staying.
Which is why we did mention to you that you really had to take out a few days.
Oh, wonderful.
As you're probably realizing, we're not going to turn you today. No, today is merely just your introduction. Yes.
You can probably choose to leave if you want.
And yes, we can have pets. As you can see, our lovely cats are very happy with
There
us.
are positives too, of course.
Dogs do sometimes get a little shaken. But we've not found any problems with our neighbours' dogs.
Again, speak for yourself.
We do find that they tend to pick up on newer vampires. It must be the temperament. It must be something that they can sense. Our cats are very, very comfortable with us, of course.
They're used to us.
So, we can have tea and we can eat to some degree. But first and foremost, our main source of nutrition, the elixir of life, of course, is blood. Human blood, to be precise.
Lots of it.
And there are many ways in which that we can drink blood, that is.
Lots of blood.
We can drink straight from the veins.
This is my favourite.
Yes, rather the arteries. We do drink, that is. But there are other ways when things get a little scarce, difficult, and we have had our fair share of those times, believe me. And it is in those times that we've had to revert to other methods of drinking blood. Blood banks, donors, of course. Now this is a lot trickier to obtain, but it can be done. We have connections, you see. There is a vampire network in which you can order different blood types. Yes, it's true.
And even get them the next day.
It's a lot easier now. Believe me, back in the day there was no such thing as the vampire underground. But now, with all the technology and the internet and all its wonderful webs, it has got us quite a few amenities, luxuries. And so, we can drink a lot. And we can store blood for those months when things are a little trickier.
When I'm feeling peckish.
Or simply, in my sister's case, if a supplement for the in-between meals. She does enjoy a snack or two. Then again, Odessa's appetite is quite impressive.
Don't act like you don't eat, sister. You eat your fair share too.
So I mentioned that there were a few other ways. Well, blood, of course, from the veins and arteries. Blood bags, yes. It isn't pleasant, by the way. Having blood from one source is very important. Something else that you must understand is that even though we are vampires and we do drink from the humans, we're not savages. No, my sweet darling, we are not savages. At least I am not.
Exactly.
don't kill humans, for there's no need. I believe that we can live side to side together.
I can make it work.
Yeah.
I will make it work.
There are what we call human donors. These are people who have volunteered to feed us, and in return they get paid quite handsomely, may I add. Yes, they do.
Yes.
We do not hurt them.
No.
Well, aside from the little pricks on the neck, or wherever else you decide that you are happy to be drained. And
There are
we
many
leave a human too drained that they cannot complete their functions. No. We try not to go too far, which is what is important to build trust. Yes. And to have some moral to what we do.
Yeah.
And, of course, there are those donors who choose to provide their blood in other forms. Perhaps they do not want it drained directly from their body, and so they may provide the blood themselves. Which is, once again, fair enough, and we respect that. Blood banks, you see, sometimes mix bloods from other donors, which
Disgusting.
produces a very disgusting taste and desirable taste. Blood from one source is different. However, it being cooled does change the consistency of the blood quite a bit, and it
congeals it.
really does take some getting used to.
It's lumpy and stinky.
But you do get used to it, you see.
I never get used to it.
Well, in most cases you have to, and that is just the way it is for vampires nowadays. Now, it looks like you might need to get some rest. You've had quite an evening. I understand.
You need to sleep.
So, why don't you close your eyes and let us enjoy this wonderful music together? This is probably one of the few times that Odessa can sit still.
I can hear you.
She does enjoy the music.
Yes.
Please ignore her. We are not going to eat you.
You're not going to eat them, but I might.
And I will make sure that Odessa does not eat you. So, why don't you get some rest and we will convene again.
Go get some sleep.
Yes. We will discuss things in more detail before we go on to the actual
Turning.
transition. Yes. Well, of course, we'll explain how that works, but not now. Now, I just want you to close your eyes.
Get some sleep.
There we go.
Close your eyes.
I do hope you sleep well. We will put you in our guest bedroom. You'll be perfectly safe. Yes.
Sleep.
Good night now.